Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm Mary Trimble and these are your readings from the 13th through to the 18th. I'm really sorry that it's late. I put a video out so you'll know why that is happening, and you may hear some banging in the background. They are renovating the floor beneath me, but it's not as bad as it was. So I'm just going to go ahead with these readings. A little bit about the astrology report. I will put a timeline if you're looking at your sun, moon and rising, so you're looking at multiple videos. I will put a time where you can skip the report if you've seen it already. So the big news this week is the new moon in Pisces. This is a beautiful, it's kind of going to be like an ethereal feeling because, you know, Neptune is in Pisces, and Pisces is this deep spiritual connection to oneness. Neptune is kind of dreamy and spiritual too. So we have this incredible opportunity to have deep meditations and connection with source energy and the collective, the oneness. Now, at the same time, the sun and the moon is trying to Jupiter, which is beautiful. It's about expansion and bigness and oneness, and it's about society, right? But Jupiter is going retrograde. Now, when a planet, but it's a very slow moving planet, right? So it's kind of a subtle energy. Now, when a planet is moving forward, it's kind of the external world, right? And then when a planet moves retrograde, it's about the internal world. So it's really important for us to go inside and see, and the aspects of that planet, you know, what's related to that planet. We can look inside and see where we can improve. It's really about self-reflective, self-growth. You know, it's all about healing too, and it's about releasing that which no longer works for us. Now, Chiron is also playing a part of this. So Chiron is the wounded healer, right? So we're going to have this kind of vulnerability. It's important for us to trust our emotions, right? See where our emotions lie. Go deep and allow the healing to take place, and then release it, because things are going to be moving into Aries, and that's like spring. That's the start of the astrological year. So it's about springing into action, right? So we need to kind of sloth all that does not work for us any longer. And we have this wonderful healing opportunity. So, you know, with healing comes vulnerability, and we have to allow that vulnerability to, you know, to happen so that we can heal. Now, we also have Mars is playing a big part, and it's square, which means it's not in a great aspect to Venus and Mercury. Excuse me. So we might have some communication issues. You know, Mars is like the planet of war. It's going to kind of give us some frustration mentally, communications. It's like we really have to, first of all, be aware what's happening astrologically, and then we can rein ourselves in. It's very important to kind of hold off on reacting, right? We can have these spurts of frustration and these kind of anger and saying things that we don't mean to be saying, don't mean to say, or what we say can be misconstrued. So it's very important to rein yourself in, to respond rather than to react, right? So keep that in mind this week. But this beautiful new moon, listen, new moons are about new beginnings. We have this really fresh restart, you know. It's a beautiful opportunity to start over, something fresh. So it's important for your intentions and to be really positive and optimistic. You know, new moons are about putting our intentions out there. And I always say it's not about putting your goals down. It's about how you would feel if your goals describing how you feel if you reached your goal. So it's when you start describing it and start writing it down, you're in that feeling and you're attracting that, right? That's the law of the universe. Thoughts are electric and feelings are magnetic. So write down how it would feel if this dream happened, right? And describe that feeling. And as you describe it, you're going to be in it, and then you're going to attract it. Right? So wonderful, incredible opportunity this week. It's kind of exciting. So anyway, without further ado, let's go to your readings. Let's go to the cards for you guys. OMG. I'll tell you in a minute. Anyway, hi, Leo. Welcome to your reading for March the 13th through March the 18th. This is a general reading. If you'd like a personal reading, the information will be in the show more section below. The links to the other videos, if for your sun, moon and rising, will be below also. Please like, share, comment, share on your social media, comment. I read every comment, and subscribe if you haven't. And don't forget to like my video. Now, I've started a Patreon page. It's a way that you can show some support and some love. Please check out my Patreon page. That link is below also, and there's levels of rewards. And anyway, check it out. You can see that. Now, I had mentioned that this is your sun, moon, and rising, Leo. Leo is my rising. And I am blown away that all three of the bottom, and I mean, I shuffle and then I shuffle in between and they fall out, and all the three cards on the bottom are exactly the same as they were in Cancer. These cards are crazy, I swear. The first card that comes up, right, is the Seven of Wands. Now, when the Seven of Wands comes up, it's saying that you might have some conflict this week. Well, it's kind of normal because Mars is playing a big role this week. And this is saying that if you do have conflict, you must come from the higher ground, right? You must handle this in a way that's diplomatic, that's kind and compassionate, but don't back down and don't compromise your values. However, definitely address this, but do it in a way that's considerate and outside the box. So it's about being firm, but it's also about being flexible. You know, it's being flexible and firm at the same time. Now, you've got the Five of Water, right? So this is about, definitely I'm getting that you should compromise in a way that's not going to compromise your values. So you have to, it's about finding middle ground that's better for you and for everyone concerned. So it's almost like it's taking everybody's opinion into consideration, letting them know that you value their opinion, right? But definitely putting your opinion across, and then really being open to hearing other people's opinions too, and being open to compromise. I'm getting that. It's like, you know, remember, respond rather than react this week. You know, we're going to get our buttons pushed, but we have to be the bigger person. And sometimes being the bigger person is, you know, saying, okay, where's the middle ground here? Let's try to agree on something that works for all of us, right? So that's what I'm getting for this situation. Because this card means that, you know, you're crying over spilt milk and you're only focusing on what you can't have, right? So this is saying don't do that. Think about what's good for everybody. But because I feel that there's a group against you, right? So you cannot feel downtrodden and, oh, woe is me, and they're never going to get me, because this is definitely about telling your truth and standing firm, but also being flexible, as I said, and being open to middle ground without compromising your values, as I said before. Now, the Three of Wands is coming. Now, when the Three of Wands comes into a reading, it means you have to really plan for have a bigger plan. Well, that's really what one should do this week for the new moon in Pisces. This is about putting your intentions down. Look, I told everyone, it's about writing your feelings of, think about the biggest plan you can. Think big. This is about dreaming big, right? Jupiter's involved. Don't dream small, dream big. Imagine how it would feel to have that big dream come true. Just imagine that. How would that feel? Wouldn't that feel amazing? Write down how it would feel. Meditate on it. See an optimistic future. Plan for an optimistic future. Make plans for an optimistic future. By just doing that, imagine what it would be like reaching that goal. And you've got the Two of Water, so really love what you do, right? And this is also about compromise, and it's about treating people the way you want to be treated. That's what this means. Reflection. Reflect yourself in everyone else. So imagine your face being on theirs, and imagine what's better for you and you, right? Them and you. They and you. It's about treating people in the same way you want to be treated, with respect, listening, hearing them, right? Taking them into consideration, thinking about them, looking for the middle ground. Definitely I'm seeing teamwork here, guys, but without compromising your values, definitely. And look, you have the world, darling. The world is at your feet. This is saying that whatever this is saying you've come full circle. So Leo, you've come full circle, right? And you can either choose to go the same way, in the same direction, doing the same thing, thinking the same, but when the world comes up, it's saying you have the opportunity now to completely change the direction in which your trajectory, completely change. And I feel that you should really dream big, and you should make plans for something kind of more meaningful, your life purpose perhaps. Start making plans for that. How would that feel if you're at the top of your game in your life purpose? How would that feel if all your dreams and wishes came true, right? This is about a new beginning, and that's what this new moon is, a big refresh, right? A restart. Clarifying that is the Page of Fire, darling. Now, all of these three cards were in the bottom of Cancer, and it's interesting because Cancer is my sign and Leo is my rising. This is about a new opportunity, hearing news of a new opportunity. I feel that you can really start something brand new, and it's really exciting. I feel this opportunity is going to come for you, and I come in for you, and I think you ought to take it. Jump on this opportunity. I think this is a wonderful time for you to make that change. At least make the plan of the change, right? But don't miss this opportunity, Leo. It's there for the taking. Leo, thank you so much for tuning in. Mwah! I love you all, and I'll see you next week. To inquire about or purchase any of Mary's services, please email Mary at liveinthesolution.com.